the first public relations program on television in Africa, Your Image. My name is Dare Folani. Today, we are discussing a very germane topic. We are looking at proving public relations for conflict resolution. I have with me Juggernaut, who will help to unpack the topic. I have on the right, Dekin Dara Adebikwe, a member of Public Peace and Resolution Conflict Resolution Committee.
Peace, Peace and Practice.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Okay, we also have our father, Chief Samson Odebo, also a labor leader and a known peace advocate. Baba Odebo, you are welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you and God bless.
Okay. First off, let's start with you. What are the public relations strategies that you will recommend for practitioners in conflict resolution? It is often said that even the tongue and the mouth do fight, they resolve it. Yeah.
I want people to see conflict as something that is not a difficult thing per se.
Okay.
Conflict is something that is ever present with us. Conflict is not something that is disadvantageous.
Okay.
It is beneficial somehow in some cases, because when you are talking about conflict, it is the absence of peace.
Okay.
And when you are talking about conflict, you are talking about the process of peacemaking. So in other words, we live in a world where there are conflicts. Conflict within. There is what we call personal conflict.
Right.
There is what we call, that is within you.
Yes.
Conflict within you could be of how you want to utilize your time,
right,
what you want to do or eat, the choice you want to make concerning the wife you want, or the kind of sister you want, the kind of sister that your sister wants to pick. Then of course there are interpersonal. There could be between two persons and above.
Okay.
There is what we call intergroup
conflict.
Right. Intergroup conflict could mean maybe within a party. For instance, as you see what is happening within our political party. These are intergroup. Whereby one is calling another an opposition, making problems for the other. Okay. These are intergroup. There is what we call international conflict.
Right.
That is the one that happens within a country.
Okay. You
can imagine when in 1957 we had the Civil War. That's an international. There is what we call international. That is what we see between Israel, America, and Iran right now. So there are various ways that conflicts occur. It will always occur. Okay. Because there is no perfect situation.
Thank you very much for that. Chief Odebo, that means that we cannot not live without conflict. Your opening remarks.
It is an inherent. You can never live without it.
Right.
Even in creation, there are conflicts.
Okay.
Between darkness and light,
okay,
and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So, you see, when you now talk of management of conflicts, you see, the basic thing is that you want to ensure that what actually caused the conflict is removed,
right,
for a peaceful resolution, so that one will be able to shift his own position in congruence to another person's position or to reach a compromise. You see, you have to do it in a way that there will never be a total breakdown of law. And then it will not cause adversity,
right,
in the economy or to other persons. There are so many ways of doing it. One is this: one party can now withdraw.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons. Resolution of conflict may come as a result of one of the parties in the conflict withdrawing.
Okay, please hold your thought, brother. Mr. Adebikwe, public relations is about establishing mutual understanding. And mutual understanding, what are the public relations strategies you advise practitioners to?
As we often describe public relations as a deliberate, planned and sustained effort to establish mutual understanding between an organization and several public participants.
Stakeholders.
So, and in terms of doing all these things, there is no way that the liberty that organization has will not in any way affect either the internal public, those we call the internal public, which are the staff, and then the external public. It could be stakeholders in terms of the owners, the board of directors, or call it the stockholders, the suppliers of those things that they use to produce their product. And then of course, when such things do occur, the strategy to use is to ensure, because most often when you want to address the issue of conflict when it occurs, we are almost reactive. And it shouldn't be so. In conflict resolution, we often tell ourselves that it is better to judge than to war. It is better to allow dialogue, to allow negotiation. These are tools that we use to resolve conflict. You negotiate, you create room for dialoguing, you engage in stakeholder engagement. You have stakeholder engagement. These are the tools that we use. And in doing this as a chairman, whatever message that you want to send, you must ensure that it is precise, it is concise, there is no ambiguity, and it is something that has to do with sincerity, truthfulness, something that, because we want to use it to rebuild trust, to build reputation, and to win confidence.
Amazing.
And of course, in doing this, there are situations that you have to do this, because if you don't do this in terms of losing, you cannot win. But in terms of conflict resolution, which in other words, the idea of alternative dispute resolution, which most people are now using, is a situation of win-win for either one party.
Let us look at personality traits. What traits will you recommend for citizens who are watching you now? What is it to be patient? Is it to be
You have to be patient. You have to be a role model. You have to maintain your comportment to issues. You should not be aggressive, and so on and so forth. Just like he has said, you usually have continue to engage. The issue of I think labor management is beyond Aluta now. It has become scientific. You continue to engage, and you engage, you dialogue until you resolve issues. So these are the things that people should do. You see, in a particular organization, you engage your workers in certain decisions, in terms of wage negotiation, in terms of decision making in the organization, even within the home too itself. A family should be able to come together to hold dialogue, to have discussions here and there, to have meetings, so that there be a sort of amicable understanding with maturity as well as so forth to achieve a particular purpose.
Let's look at this intra-stress, whatever. When you have stress, how do you resolve the stress internally? How do you resolve it?
First of all, we have to understand the fact that there is a problem. And that problem is not a permanent one. It's something that is strange or that is sudden. So it is not permanent with you. So you must be willing to give room to sacrifice. When you want to resolve conflict, if you are not willing to sacrifice, there might not be a way out to resolve that problem. So in other words, like our senior brother mentioned, you must exercise patience. Because you don't resolve issue in a hurry. And if you don't get hasty in resolving problem, you're trying to be hasty, you will not get to the root of the problem. So, and that is why patience is a veritable tool that a chairman must understand. And you must be ready to tell your story as it is. Not trying to colorize it in such a way that you want to give the impression that this is the situation. You must be ready to accept where you are failed. And that's the only way that you can move forward.
Will humility help?
It helps a lot. Humility will help a lot in understanding a particular situation. And when the other opponent becomes aggressive, with humility, maturity, you can even have a sort of break at that point in time. Then you go out again, you discuss, your own group you discuss, his own group you also discuss, now you come back to
as we begin to round off, what's your advice, final advice now to professionals who are watching you in terms of conflict resolutions?
We must up our game. Be knowledgeable beyond the level of those you want to receive. I mean, you are taking care of. You must maintain the fact that you are neutral in this issue. And you must have your facts. Your facts must not be easily controverted in such a way that it's propaganda, it's not telling the truth, it's just trying to give us verbosity or using English to do what is not. And of course, we must remove ego. And that's the area I want to tell our politicians that in the current situation, to resolve the seeming conflict that we are having in our various political parties now, ego must be removed.
Ego must be removed. But the last one.
Yes, last one is that aftermath of resolution is to be able to have a better communication, better understanding, better positions, and to provide healthy atmosphere and start to prevent future occurrence of the conflict from twitching and intense.
There you have it. That's your image for today. Until next week, when we come your way again with a fresh edition of the program, I want to thank our guest, Deacon Dara. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And on behalf of the PR team, headed by Aki Okudero and Bukola Akinride, this is yours sincerely, Dari Folani, saying bye for now.